at 6 o'clock, we have our red Protoss, our reigning king. It is Azhi, or Azhi Dahaki.
Boing, boing, boing.
Then in the top left, we have our white Protoss, the challenger. It's MomogK. Wow, wow, wow,
Boing, boing,
wow.
boing.
Since we're both doing admin, we didn't really give ourselves a lot of time to talk about each player, and I started to towards the kind of the end of that lobby as we were starting the game about Momo that I don't know much about him, so I just checked his stats, and that doesn't really tell me anything either. So I do know way more about Azhi, and he is the obviously the master upsetter. He put the stop to Reigns and Reigns even before they could start, and his Protoss is really good, but his strategies are also really good. Kind of it looks sometimes like a little unassuming, like everything's normal, and then all of a sudden he just kind of hits you with this 1-2 punch, and then he has the lead and he never lets it go. So, I mean, I guess since he's more of the unknown, do you know anything about Momo?
Well, I personally don't know anything about Momo. I know that GK is a very good clan, and I can't imagine that he'd be in the clan if, he wasn't good enough. Plus, I think, despite the 26 and 28 records are, I mean, this is probably disputed by others, but records are never indicative of actual skill.
I
So,
agree.
I think we should sort of hold our judgments for Momo until we actually see, when micro and macro starts to pan out. But we're seeing a Nexus first build coming out of Momo. So if he can hold off, the aggressive build that we're seeing as he go with a 3 gate, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna see him have a very strong mid game.
I agree. That was the first thing that I noticed is that they already diverged. So not only did Ozzy go for that 3 gate, he also started scouting way earlier. And it makes sense that Momo wouldn't be too concerned about his scout just because, like, obviously he's going Nexus first. So I think you're more just motivated on just getting as many minerals and stuff that you can.
Oh no,
I,
did Azzy not see?
I would have. That's a good question, actually. I could unclick Momo's thing, but unless we were only watching under Ozzy's vision at the time that he was scouting, for some reason on remastered, it'll just completely take it away. But if I were to guess, he
No,
might not
he's
have
he's
actually.
scouting. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's scouting others. Oh no.
because that second gateway that we see now from Momo, it
Hmm.
wasn't building when he first scouted. So yeah, Ozzy's gonna check everywhere. He's sending zealots to the bottom right. That's really too bad. I actually thought it was really good at Ozzy at first because he was gonna scout Momo so quickly, but Momo is he's not gonna have a ton of units, but he's gonna have a couple cannons up. He'll have a couple zealots, and I mean every second he gets is just gonna be is just all I don't know. It sounds stupid. It's just all butter, man. It's all good.
I think now he realizes with everything that he has to be at 11. But now
Yeah,
Cybernetics core tech is going up, although he's doing a great job defending the scout. So, although
true.
looking at the Zell account, Momo has to know that this is a gateway opening.
Yeah, let's see if he starts going to the. Nope, he's attacking 9 o'clock. It's too bad. I think as he sees this other unit come down, this other zealot, he should know that he's at 11. Yeah, he knows now. He's got a ton of zealots, and I think what will happen is, nope, he's still okay. That's too bad. I think it's okay, but as these goons come out, it will be pretty dangerous. And then Momo's gonna try to get in here to get a scout as well, but Ozzy's totally gonna block that. This is dangerous. Momo got a lot of free time, incidentally. I don't think it's the end, but I don't think he can be killed now. 3 cannons,
One
four
thing I'm
zealots.
noticing, one thing I'm noticing right now is that Momo is actually mining gas with 2 probes on each gas, and I think that's sort of indicative of his SCW days, where 2 probes are able to mine efficiently. But here, you actually do need 3 probes per gas.
That's really
So
interesting. I didn't know that.
we may not see ideal gas consumption by Momo.
Okay. So he's not 100% ahead like he could be, but I mean, he still is. He still has been building extra probes for longer. And Ozzy is putting the pressure on, so that's good. It looks like he's clearing a couple units up. I saw he threw down his Nexus pretty dang quick after he saw that Momo had his up. And I guess Momo's got his third gas going, more cannons. That's fair. I wonder, I guess it's, I was just thinking, I'm so used to 3v3s that the Zealot, by the way. Oh no, he's gonna miss it. Nope, he might still get it. Oh, he got fancy at the micro and the Zealot ends up going down. In 3v3, it's just so important to put a pylon and some cannons at your choke, but 1v1, I just have to keep reminding myself, like, it's better to probably have all these cannons at your core, right? Because then Zealots will do what they're doing now. They'll just run past your choke and then go straight for your main. Which,
Definitely. Plus, I mean, we have to consider that there is a cannon rule for every PvP, so he can
true.
only put so many anyways.
Yeah, that's true. That
But
is true.
now we're seeing with the Dragoon count probably ahead for Momo. Adley's probably going to get a cannon up at his choke, and then just look to sort of ride out and delay for as long as he can until he can sort of match the army.
Right. Yeah, he already has some of his own Dragoons, so that's good. I doubt his, no, it looks like his range is up as well, so it's a pretty fair fight. He's not still producing probes off of both of his Nexus, so that's a little concerning. Micro is really good, by the way. One thing that Azhi taught me a while ago is generally you don't want to move all of your Dragoons at the same time. You only want to move maybe half of them, or move them in small groups or whatever when you're microing them. And I did see Momo start to do that, but dude, see what I was saying before?
This fight isn't going Momo's way, and
No.
I don't know if he should have taken that engagement with all those zealots in front.
Yeah,
And we may see his gateways get camped, but looks like he is opting for zealots, so he's able to get reinforcements very quickly.
true.
Although Azhi is rallying to his choke now, so
Yeah,
while we may not be seeing the killing blow, he may be able to sort of cripple Momo pretty effectively. And finally, the Templar Archives go down, so eventually we should see
a DT
Momo be able to push
with
him back.
Templar.
But yeah, I would like to see a robotics facility coming from Azhi, considering he has to know he's behind on tech, so observers would sort of be the way to sort of work around that in this case.
For sure. And I guess it's balanced out a little bit more. Like both their supplies are about even. Ozzy's done a really great job at spending all of his money. Right here, it was maybe just a little bit. His attention was probably elsewhere, macroing up a little bit. His Dragoons were taking some extra hits. I hope that he walks in a little bit further, because again, like, we can watch for this second, but I don't think he's actually seen, he hasn't been over to the left side of the base in a long enough time that he for sure hasn't seen that Templar Archive go down, especially doesn't know that it's finished. But he did see the Citadel, so if I were to guess, I would think that he would know that some DTs are on the way. Like, he's got to have an idea. And for how scary that looked a second ago, see how he's microing his Dragoons in groups a little bit instead of just moving them all at the same time? Anyway, to me, that's what I've been told. That's what you want to do. I know that there's probably a lot of other opinions and the right thing to say, or right thing to do, I guess, in that position. You're right, though. There's no robotics facility, so there's going to be no observers. DTs have got to be out pretty dang soon.
And Azzy, despite having the lesser gateway count, he's been macroing solid, but I don't think he's missed a macro cycle. But we're now seeing Momo with his 11-10 gateways now about to most likely push him, especially with DTs out now.
Yeah, did they finally pop? All right, so he does have one. And I mean, at least here, he does have some leeway. And all right, so it's just time to go home. I think that's pretty smart. He still has a pretty big army. I don't know if he's actually seen the DT yet. I'm going to say that he hasn't. He
needs a
doesn't have the
cannon.
cannon at his entrance.
He doesn't have any cannons right now. Even if the DT can walk through and inflict massive eco damage right now.
That's true. Yep. If it goes, no, he should have gone straight for the main. But I guess this is fine because then the cannon will never start. Like, will never finish. I mean, what I think would have been better is to send the DT straight to the main, because now Ozzy hasn't started it yet, but he did have time to start cannons, which he still has. So yes, he is going to start doing some damage to these Dragoons, but I think he shouldn't have given away that he had DTs and gone straight to the main, check for cannons there, and when he found that there's no cannons, just start going after probes. But this is a pain. I do still think that Ozzy's just fine. Like, he is down 20 supply. That part's pretty scary. And these DTs really are just going to keep being more and more annoying. But yeah, these cannons are going to finish in 2 seconds, and the game does go on. Ozzy's even gone up to 3 Nexus now. On the other side, I just want to check really quick. The robotic support bay is up. He is still getting upgrades, at least out of one of his forges. He's got Templar, so I imagine he's got Storm. More gateways. He's got a whole mess of probes that aren't mining, but he's really moved up the tech tree a lot faster than Ozzy has. Ozzy's ready though, as long as he's watching. I mean, he's got half his army on one side, half the army on the other, so he knows that something like this is going to happen. And Momo's in no position to attack the front while he goes for these drops. He's got a ton of money too, dude.
A great play right now would be while you have the DT sort of campaigning here in the choke, is bring your army and start to either threaten the gateway or pretty much bait the army. That way you can also have the drop come in as well. I think
Yeah.
Momo's doing a great job handling everything. He's ahead in army supply, plus he's expanding on gateways, plus he has the map. I think he could take advantage of the map control that he has with the DTs right now.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see.
And he is putting shuttles on both sides. He's got pylons kind of everywhere. So I mean, his map vision is really great as well.
Right.
And
Looks like it's coming in from the 7 o'clock. Oh no, 5 o'clock first, and
yep,
then
the
7.
5 o'clock. The units are out of position on the 5 o'clock spot. So all
Oh, there's
those
no
probes are gonna go down.
response.
Oh my
41
gosh,
kills.
41. That is brutal.
Oh,
Because now we've got a maxed out Momo who's just, it looks like he's just, now's the time to just select each group of units and just move it down into Ozzy's base. That might actually not be a good plan though, because if you're fighting inside of his choke, then I mean obviously defender's advantage, he can create the arc, but he kind of took the bait a little bit and went outside the front of his base. For Ozzy's sake, I hope he pulls back in and again
oh
just tries to
no,
hold on
another
that
one.
side. I was
Another
waiting for
drop.
it.
Oh.
Goodness gracious.
And now at this point, all Momo has to do is just constantly, battle, and eventually Azhi can't replenish as fast.
That's
We're
true.
seeing the army count right now as well as 170 to 113. I mean,
Yep.
50 of them are probes. So, oh, this is not looking good for Azhi one bit.
No, if Momo can drag this out, because Ozzy is winning the fight on the ground. So if he keeps pushing and just steamrolls this, I don't know if he'll be able to with just even the rally coming out. Yeah, if he steamrolls this battle, he could just try to push all the way into the core. Oh my gosh, another
He would
drop's
have to
going
kill
out.
right now. He would have to kill right now. He has no money. Another
Yeah,
drop is coming, and Momo basically is just gonna be, playing survival mode at this point.
right, for sure. And he like pre-made an arc, so that was really good. That storm was pretty good. Really quick, I think he sees this drop coming
Here comes
in.
another drop.
Come on, move your probes. He did. So there's not a ton to storm, but he did move him out of the way. So I don't know if this attack should keep going, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I think, well, shoot, he's only got 50 supply. I think that's it, man. Unless he had his own drop to counter it and help weaken Momo, I think that's it.
GG.
Yeah, GG. Good effort, good game.
Great game by Momo. Great game.